ASAP Rocky recently was seen out and about without his typical spring in his step. Instead, the rapper required a wheelchair in order to enter a vehicle. The perplexing images and video of Rocky being helped into a customized yellow Hummer outside a West Hollywood business were acquired by TMZ Hip Hop. Rocky's head is visible peeking out from behind a blanket as two bodyguards assist him into the whip, giving the impression that his face is in complete anguish. He had just come home from his international tour, according to reports, following a number of exhibitions during Paris Fashion Week. No news from Rocky's representatives yet, although it might be jet lag or poor sushi from the petrol station. He probably just needs to see Rihanna's face once again to get his battery recharged. Here's to a speedy recovery. Rocky's due back overseas for more concerts in a couple of weeks. There's still a developing story. We will keep you updated. On to our next story. Memphis Bleek remembered going to Miami to create music in the early 2000s during a recent edition of ROC Solid. Freeway, his old label mate, joined him at the moment with the intention of utilizing the studio time to the fullest. Bleek and Beanie Sigel were meant to be writing songs for a joint album.
Me and Beans was supposed to do an album. They flew us to Miami, right? They said, everybody go to Miami. Me, I ain't have none of my artists with me, but Beans said, I'm bringing Freeway with, cause he ain't even have a budget. Free ain't have nothing. So they like, yo, y'all do the album. We bullshitting in the studio. We get back to New York. Jay like, yo, what did y'all do? So me and Beans looking like, we ain't got nothing. We ain't do nothing. So he like, yo, y'all blew 300,000 just in the studio. Like, what y'all do? So then niggas like, Guru was like, but Freeway got some records. And my nigga Free, you came with the 2 monster records, bro. You made, if I believe, I know what we do is wrong is one of them.
Yeah, we did what we do in New York, but we did Rock the Mic.
Mike in Miami.
Freeway then interjected to recall that he and Just Blaze had teamed up to record their hit Rock the Mic instead of Party. That's when I started developing my relationship with Just, he said. N-Word wanted to go to the club when we in Miami. I'm like, man, F-word, that. I'm in the STU. In an interview with The Art of Dialogue back in January, Sigel discussed his personal experience working with Bleek. However, he claims that his experience was not entirely favorable. He said that one of the most prominent alleged cases of Jay-Z ghostwriting for the Brooklyn rapper was the recording of the Dynasty Rock La Familia album. Let's just say it was 5 records, he alleged. Me and Jay and Bleek were supposed to be on them, and he wasn't on none of them, like for weeks. Then one day I come to the studio and Bleek on 4 of the records. Memphis Bleek thinks Nicki Minaj is taking things too far, with her latest diss track aimed at Jay-Z, Nicki, and Lil Wayne should just chill out and adopt the Rock Nation stance with the NFL, says Jay's first musical protege.
I love Wayne. Wayne my brother, man. You know, me and Wayne put in that work at the same time. Much respect. Shout out to Carter 6. Go cop that, y'all. And as far as Nicki, I love Nicki too, man. I got no harsh words for the queen of rap. That's what she call herself, right? And I agree. She gets busy. But as far as like NFL fire some and call them, wow. If they fire us, they don't need no more. So when we done, you ain't gonna be able to get that bag. Chill out, we cleaning up, baby girl. You should come clean up with us. Some people, you know, they dig themselves a grave and then they throw the dirt on top of themselves by keep antagonizing and mentioning stuff. It's like, let them come to you. Like, the more you want something, the more it runs from you. When you don't care about something, it's at your front door. Like, that's just the laws of nature.
On a recent episode of Drink Champs, Bleek also clapped back at Damon Dash's recent comments about him being a ghostwriter.
Dame was never in the studio with us, so I don't understand where he would get that logic from. And number 2, why the ASCAP checks come to my house? They should be going to Sean Carter's, right? If he wrote them, I don't understand it, but if Jay want to write me some rhymes now, please do. I need a hot verse to get back so the youth can mess with me again, you know what I mean?
Bleek says he's the one getting the ASCAP royalty checks, not Jay. And while he admits he wasn't in the studio as much as Dame, so he doesn't know how the sausage was made, he does know that Dame has been on an anti-Rockefeller rampage for years. Bleek tells TMZ Hip Hop that everyone can win if they link up and work together, especially Weezy. He says instead of calling the NFL, let him call you. Bleek was in the streets of New York City. He was rocking a nice fur coat. It was cold. Bleek was with a female companion. They were just enjoying themselves. Bleak is denying all the allegations from the past, but he's also making it clear that times have changed. He's calling on Jay, Drake, Wayne, any ghostwriter who can make his rhymes that much tighter. This morning, Nicki Minaj made headlines by releasing the remix of Lil Wayne's song Banned From No. It seems sense that Nicki would contribute a verse to this song, which is among the more well-known tracks on Thought Carter's Gang. However, fans are dissecting the bars this morning, especially since there were a few shots thrown. For instance, in her verse, Nicki raps, "About to cop you slides, all you do is flip-flop. If I send a pic of Shannon, you ain't that sharp." In general, some fans couldn't understand why Nicki Minaj would be criticizing Shannon Sharp. There's a very excellent explanation for this though. The MC recounted on Twitter that Shannon had allegedly made fun of her by tweeting, "Nicki who?" She chose to get her revenge since she would never forget that. She added that because Chad Ochocinco is constantly with Sharp on Nightcap, she nearly sent a stray at him. Ultimately, she changed her mind. Nicki Minaj pokes fun at Jay-Z and the NFL in other parts of the song. Many people thought it was disrespectful that Lil Wayne was on the halftime show at this year's Super Bowl, which was held in New Orleans. Kendrick Lamar was given the accolade instead, which many found to be a contentious choice. NFL fire some menons and then call us Nicki raps on the song. While she isn't naming Jay-Z directly, the association is clear and fans are taking notice. It's encouraging to see Nicki Minaj back on the scene and releasing verses. The artist's absence from the original Thought Carter 6 version caused displeasure. It is therefore a pleasant surprise to receive this remix a few days later. We hope to hear from these two again soon.